7:51. Let's check in with Larry Stenneback, who blew us off last week, but we will forgive him. Good morning, Larry.
Hey, good morning.
Good
morning. Whenever the bat signal goes off and tech help is needed, I must be there.
I hear you. All right, what do you got today?
Hey, we got a couple stories reviewing the tech news of the week. I want one gadget that was one of the biggest gadgets of last year. We talked about it, the Nest thermostat.
Yes.
It's a company owned by Google. It's a digital smart thermostat for your house to replace your old or kind of the dumb Honeywell ones.
Yes.
And, I've used one for over a year. I know a lot of other people that have as well. And really a great product. But the biggest problem was it was expensive.
Yes.
And so it's really nice looking, but it's $249. And they're still selling the exact same one for $249. But they've released pretty much an identical version. It's just a little bit less expensive for $169 called the Nest Thermostat E. So it's a little bit different design. The display is not quite as nice, which, we're talking about the display on a thermostat here, so it's not the most important thing.
Right.
But it has all the other features. It automates a lot of it. Still I can control my home living room temperature right now from here via an app. It also ties in with any Alexa, like Amazon Echo or Google Home, where you can control your thermostat from your bed. Just yell out, "Hey, change the temperature to X, Y, Z."
Nice.
The other thing is that on
As
average,
opposed to getting up and changing it.
Heaven
so
forbid.
the nice thing is that $169, a lot cheaper than the old one. These have been shown, by the way, in the last bit. This collects a lot of data to save 10 to 12% on cooling because of how it does cooling, and 15% on heating because it does smart things like if it's cooled the house all day, it knows the coils are still cold and can turn the AC off and still run air through it and utilize some.
Well, doesn't it also know when you're coming home, or sort of is it like motion activated? So you usually come home at 3:00 in the afternoon. It knows to turn it on and turn it off.
It starts figuring out your schedule to the point where you never have to touch it. It knows that you might want it cooler in the evening, and when you wake up in the morning, you might want it warmer. And when you're gone, it turns it to an eco mode where it uses your phone too, because your phone knows where you are,
right?
And so it's able to determine if you're home or not. I'll tell you another interesting thing. When we had the eclipse come through, they had a system where anyone in the path of the eclipse, they knew it was going to go, the temperature was going to drop by 20, 30 degrees during that time period. So it allowed you to opt in to a nationwide thing where during that time, it would automatically adjust your home temperature to the outside temperature dropping with the eclipse, and they were going to see how much power they could save. I haven't seen the report yet of how many megawatts they've saved over the time period.
Data freaks.
It's absolutely a great product, especially if you're building a new house or
Nest. Where can you get the new cheaper version?
Actually, you can buy it right now off Nest.com. Also, I'm pretty sure they have them at Best Buy. These are at Best Buy. The new ones just might take a week or so to roll out and be in stores.
Nice.
Moving right along. If you're looking for a new phone, this is the new phone season where all the new, greatest phones come out. There's a new Android Pixel coming out, Google's platform phone, probably in the next 2 months. But the new iPhone is launching September 12th. We haven't got the official specs just yet. But one thing that was just leaked yesterday is that Apple, they ditched the headphone jack last time.
Right.
They're going to be ditching the home button on the bottom in favor of gesture controls.
What do you mean?
So you're just gonna?
So you're gonna be waggling your phone around? No, you're gonna basically be using your thumb, I think, on the screen in certain ways to go back and forth. We're gonna have to see if it works.
Well, you got to assume it works some way.
Apple has always been a company that seems to be afraid of buttons. They hate buttons, and slowly, if you look at from the iPod 1, which had like 5 or 6 buttons, to now there's maybe 3 buttons on an iPad or an iPod, and it's going to go eventually probably to 0.
But they did away with the headphone jack.
They did.
Because that was the thickest part of the phone.
That's what they claim.
Oh, not true.
Well, the thing is, if you think you think how it's a 1 millimeter, 8 millimeter. It's very, very, very small.
Right.
And the battery and other things. I don't need my phone to be that thin.
I know. I don't know. These people are complaining about their phone is too big.
Make it a little thicker and put twice the battery in it. I've always said.
I'm with you. What? I also hearing that the phone's going to be $1,000. This iPhone 8.
Well, honestly, almost all the iPhones are. You just don't usually see it. You amortize it over your bill.
Right.
So when you actually look, like, for example, if you broke your iPhone and you wanted to buy one outright, no contract, even the cheapest one's probably $800-900.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of something to, they trick you with math because if it's spread out. But very,
makes
very
it look,
stuff.
oh, that's all.
Right.
Nest at Google venues near you, and the new phone's coming out with the iPhone
$10
8
million.
with $1,000 and no buttons
And wiggle features enabled.
All right, Larry, thanks for coming in. Good stuff as always.
Thank you.
Menino's